Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Amy and this is Thrift Adventure. Today I'll be doing another ship with me video. In this video I'll share everything that I sell this week. Also, I have been on vacation since Wednesday the 3rd, and it is Monday, July 8th. So I have quite a few things to ship out today. I'm pretty excited to share them with you. The first item is this really cool vintage chunky charm bracelet. It has some rhinestones, some faux amber stones, some cool beads. I would say this is probably from the 1960s. I thought this was really cool, but it took a while to sell. I think maybe the pictures just didn't do it justice, or I had it priced too high initially. I'm not sure, but it ended up selling for $44. And I paid about $6 for this. I paid a little bit more because I bought it from another, well, she's a dealer, but she also does like estate sales and things like that. So she knows I'm a reseller, and she had a large bundle of jewelry that she was wanting to sell, and there were some really good pieces in there, so I wanted to make sure to make a good offer to get all of the pieces. Okay, so after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $27.18. Which I think is just fine. I am happy to move that out because I do believe I have had it either over a year or close to a year. So the next sale was a bundle of 2 items, and the first item is this pretty little bypass ring with garnets, and this had like a Celtic Irish kind of motif to it. When I used Google image search to look it up, that is what came up. So I used those keywords in my listing. This bundle sold for $60 for the 2 pieces. These came from that $890 estate sale haul, so I paid $3 a piece. The next item is this sterling silver rainbow moonstone bracelet. As you can see, I love moonstone. I'm wearing a moonstone ring today. I love this kind of blue iridescent flash that it has. And I was tempted to keep this. Sorry, it's got a little, there we go. It's got a little tangle in it there. But I already have a similar one that I rarely wear, so I decided that I needed to part with it rather than keeping it. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $42. I am happy with that. And I have been mentioning this in my other videos, but I am having my Posher VA relist multiple items per day automatically. And these 2 items had been relisted recently. I think that chunky charm bracelet had also been relisted recently. I am really seeing some old stale inventory sell that has been sitting a while because of having those things relisted. So when I'm on vacation, as long as I am able to ship within 5 days, I will not put my Poshmark closet on vacation mode. I put a listing up at the top of my closet saying I'm out of the office and when I will ship. I also changed the picture on my Meet the Posher page to something that says out of the office, and I changed my header image. I have not had problems yet with that delay in shipping. I do usually communicate with my buyers, but I was not having very good cell service, and I do have the buyer of that chunky charm bracelet was hoping to get that to go on vacation, so she may be a little disappointed. I did tell her I would get it shipped first thing today, and I am. But you know, I try to manage people's expectations when I can, and it is a shame that I am sorry that she may not get that for her vacation, but there is still time, so hopefully it gets there. Okay, the next sale was another bundle of 4 items, and the first piece is this cool pair of kind of tribal, maybe kind of Native American looking earrings. These are just completely costume jewelry. I also picked these up in a large lot of jewelry that someone was looking to sell, and there were some really good pieces in that lot. So I bought those 2. They aren't something that I would normally purchase, but when I am trying to get good items, I want to buy everything instead of picking and choosing, because a lot of times you can seal the deal better if you buy everything. Okay, the next item is this little faux pearl and faux silver bracelet. I thought this was cute. This was given to me. So on the earrings, my average cost of goods for that buyout was $4. So that is still, you know, not a super high cost of goods. Another little faux silver bracelet. This is a hinged bangle that opens up. This was also given to me. A couple of the things randomly are from the same bundle of things that were given to me. So I have had people come in and want to sell me, you know, a large bundle of jewelry, and there just isn't anything in there that is really exciting to me. So rather than making them a super low offer, I just say it's not something I'm interested in, and sometimes they'll just give it to me. And that was the case for a couple of these things. Okay, so did I say this 4-item bundle sold for $65? The last piece is the bulk of the $65, and it is a sterling silver Carolyn Pollock necklace, and this is an enhancer pendant. So it clips open, so you can clip it onto like pearls and, let's see, larger beaded necklaces, or you can wear it on these thin chains like this. So let's see, those 2 were free. I paid $3 for this. This was also from that $890 estate sale haul. So that makes my cost of goods $7 for everything. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $44. I am happy with that. Let's see, I am going to further wrap this all together and add a sticker. Sorry, I'm a little scattered. I have a lot of stuff going out today, but I am happy with that. The next item is this really pretty sterling silver ring with lemon quartz in it. It has this pretty detail. The cut on the stone, there you go. You can see it's really faceted on the top. It's a really pretty piece. This ended up selling for $50. I thought it was a unique piece, and I was out of town in Arizona, and I paid $15 for this, which is a little bit more than I would normally pay, but sometimes I will pay up more out of town just so I can get stuff. I don't know exactly why, but sometimes it's harder for me to find good items at cheap prices. This was at an estate sale. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $25. Another just fine profit. This is another piece that was in that lot of jewelry that was given to me, and this was recently relisted. So was that lemon quartz ring. And this is just this cool kind of coil slinky necklace. This is costume jewelry. I do think this is a cool piece, but it did take a long time to sell, probably, possibly over 2 years. And, you know, because it wasn't fine jewelry and it didn't have a brand name on it, those were the reasons that, you know, plus everything else just wasn't super good quality in that lot. And that's why I decided not to purchase it. But this ended up selling for $15, which is just fine. Like I said, it was given to me, so my cost of goods was $0. So after Posh fees, my profit was $12. And, you know, I'll take $12 any day for something that was given to me. The next item is this fun vintage Mickey Mouse cap. And it says, I think, California on the back there. Here is the label. I'm not exactly sure what era this is from. I can't remember if I had it in my listing and I looked it up or not. But I've gotten excited about vintage Mickey Mouse or Disney stuff in the past, and it just really doesn't, you know, do that well for me. So I am very particular when I am picking it up now, because this has been listed probably 2 years also, and it only ended up selling for $20. Again, maybe my expectations were just too high for what I might sell it for. I only paid $3 for this at the Goodwill. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $13. Not great, but I am happy to move this out. And quite a bit of this inventory, that had something linty on it or something. Quite a bit of this inventory is older, and I accepted some lower offers, and some of the items I had higher offers than I accepted now when I initially listed it originally. And so, you know, as I've been saying, it's the summer of sales, and I really am trying to stop and consider each offer that I get when I get it and decide if I would be happy with that offer in 6 months or a year. Because if I would be, or if I would take that, then I should just take it now and move things through instead of hanging on to stuff. The next item is just this woven kind of Western belt. It is the belt only. It does not come with a buckle. This did have a cool buckle on it when I picked it up. So I took the buckle off and sold it separately. This ended up selling for $11. I knew that this wouldn't be a big, you know, big sale, but I figured I could get $10 or $11 out of it, so that's why I listed it anyways. This ended up costing me, you know, $1 or less because I already sold the other piece, so that made my profit $7.05. Lots of lower dollar sales, couple higher dollar sales, but like I keep saying, I'm happy to move out some old stale inventory, recoup my money, and make a little profit. So the next item is this really pretty Patricia Nash saddlebag. It has this cool kind of hunting scene with horses and hunting dogs on it. I thought this was really cool. This was a piece again from that $890 estate sale haul. If you haven't watched that video, I have it linked in the description box. This sold for $103. All of the bags from that sale were priced at $15. And a lot of them were new with tags or like new or in excellent condition. I would say this one was in really great condition. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, That made my profit $67.40. I've mentioned this before, but if you haven't been watching my other videos, Patricia Nash isn't necessarily a quick seller for me, but if I wait for, you know, the right buyer, or if I price it right, then it inevitably sells. And because I could buy so many pieces of the same brand at that sale, I decided to pick them up because I feel like the more of a certain type of item or style of item you have listed in your closet, it increases your chances to sell it. I don't know if that's correct logic or not, but it seems to work that way. Did I say my profit was $67.40 on that? A really great profit. I'm very excited about it. Okay, so this is one of the items that I initially got a higher offer on when I first listed it, and I didn't accept it. So these are Carhartt pants, but they have the double knee. So it's like a reinforced knee. And some of the vintage ones of these can sell for higher prices, or they used to. I don't know. Is Carhartt kind of slowing down for you guys? I've noticed when I'm listing pieces, they're not getting quite as much, you know, traction or activity as they used to. So did I say I got an offer for $50 that I didn't take, and these ended up selling for $40. Looks like I am going to need a bigger, more piece of paper for this. I did pay $10 for these at the Goodwill. So that still left me with a profit of $22. Now, when I listed these, I thought they were worth more, and so that's why I didn't accept that $50. But, you know, live and learn, and I'm just going to be happy with the $22 profit that I did make on these. And if this buyer is getting a really great deal, then that's wonderful, and I hope that they really like them. Let's see. So I already talked about what I do for when I'm on vacation. The paper that I'm using, I just get at Walmart and comes in a large bundle. It seems like a pretty affordable price compared to what I have found other places. The little plastic boxes that I'm using, I got at the dollar store, and they come in a set of 10 for $1, whatever it is, $1.25 right now. I have found that they are the most affordable option, and although they are plastic, I do hope that people can reuse them for different things, and that's one of the reasons that I use those instead of the paper ones. Well, plus they're cheaper. Okay, so the next item is this red down puffer coat, and it is by Rowan. When I picked this up, I looked up this brand and thought that I saw some high prices when I was at the Goodwill. But then when I got back, I saw that it wasn't. I couldn't find almost any comps for this brand. So I don't know if I just clicked on the wrong thing or if I spelled it wrong. Anyways, it took a while to sell, but it ended up selling for $35. And this was one of the things that was on the chopping block that might end up just going in my yard sale this summer if it didn't sell. So I'm really excited that it sold for $35. I paid $7 for this. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $21. I order all different sizes of boxes from the post office. I like to use the medium flat rate ones, but this one's a little bit thinner and smaller, and it is box 1097. I also have this box that is 1095. It's a little bit wider and taller. So I just experiment with different sizes of boxes, and actually this might have been better in a bigger box, but to see what I like best. And if your post office gives you any guff about using flat rate boxes, even though we are supposed to be able to use any flat rate priority box except express and overnight mail, you can experiment with some of those different non-flat rate boxes to put your stuff in, and they're very similar sizes to the flat rate. Okay, this I have had listed for over 2 years. It did not sell for near what I hoped it would sell for. I'm seeing a little lint on here. It is a Patagonia button-up shirt, plaid. I thought it was cute, fun colors. I think part of the problem was it's a men's small, and it doesn't say Patagonia anywhere on it. It doesn't have the logo or anything. And I may have gotten higher offers on this in the past. I don't know, but it ended up selling for $12. So I guess it does have the little Patagonia tag on the side, but I don't know. Anyways, I have had it so long that I don't care anymore. I just wanted to get it out of my inventory. So when I got that offer, I just accepted it. I used my piece of paper for this on something else, so I'm going to package this up afterwards. But I paid $6 for this because it was Patagonia. But I still made a profit of $3.05, and it is gone. So I am thrilled with that. No sales on Chairish. I had my Chairish shop on vacation mode. On Chairish, your shop still stays open. It just tells the buyers when you will ship. On Poshmark, if you put your closet on vacation mode, it like shuts it down and people can't buy anything. So that is the only reason that I leave mine open. And like I said, I really haven't had any problems with that. Unfortunately, I may have this one disappointed buyer, but sometimes that happens and we just have to do our best for our business, and hopefully our customers will understand, and I did apologize to her. Okay, so don't go anywhere. This video will continue with what else I sell, and I'm sure it's going to be a long video because it's just Monday, and I'm going to ship everything else through Saturday this week. Okay. Also, if you enjoy this type of video and you haven't subscribed yet, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Like I said, it is July. I am almost to 5,000 subscribers, and I would just love it if you could help me get to that goal by the end of the year. It would mean so much to me. Also, if you could give this video a thumbs up and comment down below, both those things really help me out too. Okay, see you in a bit. Hi again, it's Wednesday, and I've got a few more things to ship out. It's been a pretty good couple of days. The first item that I sold on Facebook Marketplace, and it was a vintage antique oak desk. I had picked it up 6 or 8 months ago when we were on vacation in Bend, Oregon, and I got it at the Goodwill for $25. It ended up selling for $150. The buyer paid cash, so there was no fees or anything like that. I'll pop up a picture. Hopefully I'll remember to pop up a picture here so you can see what it looked like. So that made my profit $125, which I am happy with. Originally, I thought that it would sell more in the $300 range, but I've had it listed on Facebook Marketplace for some time, and I think I started at $325, and then I had reduced it a few times, and I had it listed for $200, and the buyer offered me $150 cash. And since it had been sitting around for a while, I decided to just take it and move it out. $125 profit is really still great, so I'm not going to complain about that at all. Okay, these items sold on Poshmark, and the first item is this multi-strand gold beaded necklace. It has this pretty clasp on it. I'm pretty sure this is a vintage piece, maybe from between the 60s and the 80s. It's kind of hard to tell because of the style. This wasn't listed a terribly long time. It ended up selling for $35. The buyer had just liked it, and I happened to be online at the time, so I sent her a 20% off offer with $5.95 discounted shipping, and she had just liked it a minute before, and she accepted. So it sold for $35 with discounted shipping. I had paid $5 for this. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $23. I think that is great. I bought this and a couple of other gold chain type necklaces at a thrift store one day, and it has turned out to be a pretty good buy. Okay, so the next sale is a bundle of 2 items. The first item is this sterling silver ring, and it's either, can't remember, I looked it up. It's either tiger's eye or enamel, and then it has little pieces of marcasite in there. Just a cool little detailed piece. The bundle sold for $72. I paid $5 for this ring, and I paid $2 for the other item in the bundle. And it is this Carhartt crossbody bag. It has a long strap. I just noticed some lint on the front there. Let's see. Oh no. Looks like the button's broken on this. Dang it. Did I note that in the description? I don't think I did. Well, shoot, that's pretty disappointing. Okay, well, I'm not gonna package this up. I'm gonna double check my listing and make sure I noted that. I don't think that I did. But if the sale goes through, like I said, it sold for $72. My cost of goods was $7. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, my profit would have been $50.60. Okay, so for this, I've mentioned this before, but if I find a flaw on an item after I sell it, I don't automatically cancel the sale. I always ask the buyer, I let the buyer know that there is a flaw that I missed, and ask them if they still want the items or if they want to cancel the sale. Honestly, I think 8 times out of 10 people say they still want the item. I have had someone ask for a discount before. I have had someone ask to cancel the sale altogether. So just be sure to give your buyers the option before you automatically cancel the sale, because sometimes they will still want the item. Well, dang it, that's disappointing because that was a pretty good sale. But fingers crossed the buyer still wants it. It's just a snap piece, so I think it could be repaired somewhat easily. Okay, the next item that sold is this vintage brown woven leather belt, and I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but my belt sales have not been popping like they used to, but I am still selling them here and there. I have 2 shipping out today. I still think it's still a very viable category to source for. This belt sold for $25. I paid about $3 for it. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $17. A nice little profit. This didn't take too long to sell, less than a month. Sometimes belts will take a while, sometimes they won't. Okay, this is a really nice belt. It is a men's kind of Western style belt, and it is what they call a ranger belt. So it has this double buckle here. I don't know exactly what it's called. This was by the brand Smith and Rogue. So I priced it a little bit higher. I think I had it either listed at 45 or 49, and the buyer offered me 40. I went ahead and accepted because this had been listed a little while. I kind of lose track on belts because I have so many, but I would say, you know, at least 4 months, maybe 6 months. But I don't really mind with belts because they don't take up much space, and I don't typically pay high prices for them. I paid about $5 for this belt. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $27. I think that is great for a belt sale. Okay, and I've mentioned this many times before, but just in case you're new here, for my larger size belts, I use the box 1096L. For the smaller belts, I use the small flat rate box, and a lot of times I use this for jewelry too. Okay, don't go anywhere. This video will continue with what else I sell this week, and fingers crossed that the buyer just says she still wants that bundle. Okay, see you in a bit. Hi again, it's Friday and I've got 4 things to ship out. The buyer for the Carhartt bag and the ring bundle decided to cancel, which I totally understand because it was my mistake that I didn't notice that that snap was broken, or somehow it got broken. I totally understand. That is, it's okay though. I'll go ahead and relist both items, and I'll just note that the Carhartt bag has that broken snap, and I bet someone else will still buy it. It might take a little bit of time, but I'll reduce the price and go from there. I got that at a fill the bag sale, so I didn't pay very much for it, so it's okay. Okay, the first item that sold is this pair of Larissa Loden bee earrings. I picked up a few pairs of the bee earrings and cicada beetle earrings, also at a fill the bag sale. And this is the last pair of those earrings. They sold for $25. My average cost of goods was about $1.50 per item. So after that and Poshmark fees, that made my profit $18.50. I am happy with that, and it has been a while since that fill the bag sale, so I'm glad to get rid of some of that inventory, and I think $25 is a pretty good deal. Most of those were new with tags in the package. It turned out to be a really great buy. Okay, another belt. I'm happy to see that I'm selling a few more belts recently because I have a lot that I'd like to move through. So this is just a kind of nautical belt with leather ends, and it was by Leatherman Limited. It says handmade on there. I think some of these, certain prints of this brand can go for high prices. This ended up selling for $24, which is just fine. You guys know that that is, you know, in the realm of what I look to get for belts. I paid about $3. Pardon me if I'm a little congested or something. Something seems to be bothering me, my allergies or something. So my profit was $16.20 after fees and cost of goods. I am very happy with that. So I've said that I might not be doing retail arbitrage anymore, but I'm still kind of experimenting with it when the opportunity arises. And this is a Karl Lagerfeld denim bag. It is new with tags. They had it at Marshall's and it was marked down on clearance to $72. Now, not all Karl Lagerfeld pieces would I pick up for resale, but I looked at comps for this particular bag and there were some comps in the $150 to $200 range for this bag. So plus I thought it was really cute. So I thought, well, if it doesn't sell, then I will just keep it. And to be honest, I had kind of rethought that, and I was thinking about returning it to Marshall's because it had been about 3 weeks since I bought it and listed it. But then this buyer came in and offered me $140, which was less than the other comps. But seeing as I was going to return it and just get my $72 back, I decided to accept that $140. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $40. As you guys have seen, you know, I'm not hitting home runs with these retail arbitrage pieces, but I am having kind of fun experimenting, and I'm still making a profit. And they seem to be selling relatively quickly. So, you know, if I can make a quick 30, 40 bucks, then I think that's just fine. So I don't know if those sold out other places and that's why they were desirable. They kind of look like a, well, Karl Lagerfeld designed for Chanel. So they look like a denim Chanel bag that was really popular. So maybe that's what it was. The next item is this somewhat vintage, maybe from the 2000s, Kate Spade purse. This has been listed forever. As you can see, it does have some wear. It comes with a crossbody strap. I already put it in here. And I think the wear is maybe why it took a little while to sell. Maybe, honestly, I probably had it priced a little bit too high for the condition because it also had pen marks and dirty marks on the inside. But it ended up selling for $49. So I am happy with that price and I am happy to see it go. I've mentioned this before. I don't do super well with most Kate Spade bags. Or they don't sell quickly for high prices. I think $49 is a pretty great price for this bag. It just took over a year to get that $49. So that is not the greatest. I paid $5 for this. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $34.20. Oh, so I uploaded last week's Ship With Me video last night. And in that video, I had talked about possibly needing a little break. And I am feeling better than I was last week and the week before. You know, we went to the river for 4 days and I feel like I actually got to kind of rest and disconnect because there's very little cell service up there. And so I think sometimes I just need to like, you know, unhook from technology and all this stuff. And that's really helpful. So I may not be needing to skip a week on YouTube, but you never know. In the future, I might. Let's see. I think I'm going to use this box number 7 for this and just kind of bend it a little bit in the middle. I'm not sure because I didn't want to bend those handles. But anyways, it's turning out to be a pretty decent week so far. Let me know how your guys' sales are so far. So I think today is July 11th or 12th. And I'm on track to be about the same as I was last year on Poshmark. In a couple videos ago, I said that I sold I only sold 2,500 for the month of July last year. That was on Poshmark only. I didn't look at how much I sold on Chairish, but I would guess usually I sell about $1,000 a month on Chairish. And let's see. Yeah, I had that big sale week. Was it in July? The $595 tables. Yeah, it was. So I'm on track to hopefully exceed last year's sales, which is my goal right now. I am hearing a lot of other people talk about having struggles in their resale business. And I think that there can be a big variety of reasons why that is going on. Number one, I think that the economy is really starting to catch up with people. So people are still spending like they were. They're still going out to dinner as much as they were, getting coffee as much as they were, but they're realizing that they can't do that now because the prices have gone up. And sometimes it takes a little while for people to realize, that they are spending more than they used to. Not everyone really tracks their finances very closely. So I think we are going to start seeing things tighten up more. And with the election coming up, that can affect some people's spending. I'm not sure I completely grasp how that works, but it does seem to change people's spending habits around that time. So I think, I'm no expert. I just, kind of shoot from the hip and look at what I've experienced in the past. But I think accepting reasonable offers is going to continue to be important. If I haven't said that enough, if you have the opportunity to make a sale and you're going to make money and you're not grossly undervaluing your item, I say sell it. Sell, sell, sell. If somebody wants to buy something, you sell it to them if it makes sense for your business. Also, I think it's going to be even more important to source unique items. So, less Nike, less Free People, less Anthropology, less items that are flooded in the market. One thing that I have really been trying to do when I am buying a non-vintage item is to look on eBay and look at the number of listings available and the number of listings sold. So looking at the sell-through rate. I don't know if I've talked about this before, and you can't really check that the same on Poshmark, or it's not as easy. I don't think it shows the numbers. So like on eBay, you could type in, this is very vague. You would want to be more specific, but you could type in Free People sweater. And at the bottom of the first page, it will say 12,000 listings or 1,000 listings available, whatever it is. Let's say it's 1,000 to make it easy. Then you filter that same search to sold and see how many solds there are. So let's say there's 1,000 available and 500 sold. So let's see, I should have prepared better. You know how I am. I just make things up as I go along. I don't know exactly. I think that would mean it's a 50% sell-through rate because there's 500 sold and 1,000 available. But you want to look for items that have more solds than they do availables. Or you want to look for items that there are not very many available for sale, very many similar items. That way you have a better chance of selling your item. Also, looking for things that will retain their value over time, because savvy buyers will be looking for things that they can use and resell later on, or things that will stand the test, quality that will stand the test of time. I really think that looking into selling accessories, jewelry, shoes, and handbags, and belts, I feel like am successful that way. There is less available somehow. Maybe that's not true, but if you guys count up how many pieces of clothing I'm selling versus how many accessories, I'm selling a lot more, but I also have many, many more accessories listed than I do pieces of clothing. Just something to think about. Also, a lot of other resellers are talking about that they're starting to list and source for back to school, fall, and winter. I'm not very good at that. I just buy what I can when I can find it. But if you source more at Goodwills or the bins, you should start looking for fall and winter items because people are going to start thinking about that. Let's see, I was trying to think if there was any other tips, but just, staying active on the platforms. I said this over and over again, listing new items, relisting old items, sharing your closet as much as possible on Poshmark, reducing prices if you need to, sending offers to likers every 24 hours at least will really make a huge difference in your sales. And so before I used Posture VA to automatically send out offers for me, I would every morning when I woke up and was drinking my tea, I would go through and look at the likes from the last 24 hours. You can filter your notifications to likes. And then I would just go out and send out individual offers to likers on every item that had been liked. If it was a new item, I'd offer 10%. If it's an old item, I might offer 20, 30, or 40% off. One thing to mention, since Poshmark changed it so that you don't have to offer a shipping discount, I have only been offering shipping discounts when I send a 10% off offer. So I'm sending 10% and $5.95 shipping. If I do any more than 10%, I am not doing a shipping discount anymore. And I don't think that it has affected my sales. I feel like people are still buying because that $7.95 shipping fee is about the cheapest you'll find anywhere for priority mail, or even for like what I don't think it's called first class anymore with USPS. But people complain about the Poshmark shipping charge a lot, but it really is affordable. If you go in and look at, like that big, if I was going to ship that big box number 7 with that purse, it probably would cost me $15, $20 for priority. So the buyer is really getting a good price at that $7.95 shipping. And I sell little things all the time. I sell jewelry all the time and nobody ever complains. Well, very, very rarely do I get a complaint about the cost of shipping. And sometimes on those smaller items, if I am sending out an individual offer, I will offer a discount on the shipping because I know it's a smaller piece. But my point is that you don't have to continue to offer discounted shipping on every item unless you want to, because that takes away at least $2 from your profit or earnings. Okay, so like I said, it's Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. Hopefully I have some more sales. I have not been listing on Chairish. I listed one item this week, and that I'm sure that is why my sales have trickled off on there. I really need to get back to listing. I think, so I'm going to say it out loud, so hopefully I do it. I think I'm going to start off by setting a goal to list one item a day on there. I mean, if I can't list one item a day on there, what business do I have being a reseller, Not like I'm not doing other things, but I think that should kind of rejuvenate my shop there. Summer is slower on Chairish on all platforms for me, but I do think that will drum up some business. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. There I go, chatting away again, but you guys say you don't mind. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hey again, it's Thursday and I have 2 more sales to ship out, which I'm happy about. I did want to revisit sell-through rate because I wanted to make sure I was giving you correct information. So you want to look for items that there are less listed than there are sold. You don't want to look for items that there's thousands of them listed and only hundreds or a few sold. So the sell-through rate would be, let's say there is 50 active and 50 sold, that would be 100% sell-through rate. If there is 100 listed and 50 sold, that would be a 50% sell-through rate. You know, it depends on the rareness of the item that you are buying, but if you're buying a more common item, you are definitely going to want to look for items that have above a 50% sell-through rate. Okay, I hope that is clear and helpful, and that's something that you can check when you're out thrifting. Okay, so the first sale was a bundle of 3 items. And the first item in the bundle is this really beautiful multi-strand beaded necklace, and they call this liquid silver because it's kind of catching, because the way it drapes, it kind of almost looks like liquid. This is a really beautiful piece. It does have a little maker's mark on it, and I was able to look that up to see that it was in fact Navajo made. This style, I believe, originated with Native Americans making this style. I'm not certain, don't quote me on that. But they definitely did make jewelry in this style. And you only want to use the term, you know, or attribute something to being Native American made, or you know, made by a certain tribe, if you can confirm that. I believe that there's actually laws against, you know, saying something is Native American made without confirming. Also, don't quote me on that, but you just want to be respectful to that title and not use it if it doesn't, you know, not attribute it to that if it isn't for certain. Okay, so the bundle sold for $140. This buyer got about a 35% discount off my asking price, but I had low cost of goods on these. It's the summer of sales. I'm accepting offers, and there was a couple of things that this, if it was just this, I might not have given such a good deal, but this cat necklace, I wasn't sure how well this would sell. It's really cute though. Just has 2 little charms on it. One has a little cat saying, and then this one says cat mom, and it has a cat face. So the saying is, a true friend leaves paw prints on your heart. Both of these are actual sterling silver, and they are stamped 925. And all of these items were from the $890 estate sale haul. I am just still blown away with how wonderful the items from that sale were. I just, it has far exceeded my expectations, and I kind of wish that I would have bought more now, but at the time, you know, spending any more than that $890 that I already spent would have probably been pretty hard to swallow. The $890 was hard enough as it was. Okay, and then the last item in the bundle is this pair of, I think it's Calceo is how it's said, and they have little cats on them. They're super cute. These are like new or brand new, I'm not sure. Clearly this buyer is a cat lover, and so was the woman from the sale. So I paid $3 each for the jewelry, and then the shoes were $5 each. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I think I want to do this. So the total sale price was $140. My total cost of goods was $11. So my profit after fees and cost of goods was $101. I think that is great. I'm really excited about that. This buyer still got a good deal because the total sale price, like I said, was $140, and I had just that liquid sterling necklace listed for $139. So based on my original prices, she got these 2 other items free. But as you guys know, I do price my items at least 20% higher than I intend to sell them for, sometimes even more of a percentage than that. Okay, the next item is a pair of faux leather, it's like waxed denim pants, and these are by 7 for All Mankind. And I actually bought these for myself years ago, and they just sat in my drawer. I never wore them. I got them at a thrift store too. And then when I was, you know, cleaning out not too long ago, trying to make room for other stuff and look for yard sale stuff, I came across these. So I listed them. I'm not sure. I think I had them listed maybe for $35 or something like that, and the buyer offered me $25. I accepted them, or accepted that offer. I don't know exactly how much I paid for these, but my Goodwill usually prices pants between like $4.99 and $9.99. I can't, you know, I probably paid $6 is what I put my cost of goods at. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $14. Not a giant profit, but for something that was in my closet at home and I can get $14 out of it, that makes me very happy. Okay, so I decided to do a further breakdown on my sales. I'll tell you what my total sales were, and then I'll tell you some other stats. Because like I said, I saw Mogi Beth does this regularly, and I find it really interesting when she does it, so I thought you guys might too. My total sales for the week were $1,080. I'm happy with that for July. My total cost of goods was $220.50. My total profit after cost of goods, website fees, and any shipping discounts was $750.18. I had a couple bundles, but my total number of items sold was 29 items. So I sold 29 items this week to make a total of $1,080 in sales. So that made my average sales price per item at $37.24. I think that is wonderful. You know, yeah, that is great. I mean, I guess I'm going to start tracking it. And so I'm going to have a goal of making my average sale price over $40. So my average cost of goods was $7.60, and my average profit per item was $25.87. And I've said this before, that I haven't said it in a while, but I try to only buy items that I think I can profit at least $25 on. And the reason for that is just because of all of the time that goes into prepping an item. If I have to wash it, if I have to steam it, if it's shoes, if I have to clean it, if it's a bag, if I have to stuff it or condition the leather, the jewelry, if I have to clean it, and then photograph and list and ship and share and all the stuff, I really feel like $25 needs to be my minimum profit amount. Now, everyone is different. And if you are able to do things faster than I am, and you're only able to find items that profit you $10 per item, but you can do it faster, or you're happy with that, then by all means do that. I just share what works for my business and what makes me happy and what makes me feel you know, like my business is working well, and that is different for everyone. So I always want you guys to know that I'm just sharing what I like to do for my business. And, you know, I'm not always right, and I make mistakes. I sell things too cheap sometimes. Sometimes I misidentify things. I'm not perfect. You should always, you know, do your own research and make decisions, make the best decisions based on your experience too. I did say earlier in the video that I'm feeling better, and I'm also meant to say thank you so much for your kindness on all of my videos, always. You guys are always so nice, and occasionally I do get a snarky comment, but really hardly ever. And sometimes when I have other things going on in my personal life, it's just harder for me to have any sort of constructive criticism or feedback. And maybe not everyone is like that, but I'm sure we all get sensitive sometimes. And I am glad that I'm feeling better, because I just was really feeling, I had been feeling unmotivated and tired. And I think that's just from outside sources and other things going on. But I'm really going to try and, get back to thinking positive and talking positive, because I really feel like that makes things more positive. If you focus on what's going good in your life and your business, then everything feels like it's going better, even if it's the same. And I don't know, it's just worked for me in the past, and we all struggle sometimes, and that is totally okay. I appreciate you guys all so very much, your kindness, your, support, those of you who comment every single week and watch every single week and are excited for me every single week. It just, it means so much, so much to me. So thank you again, and I will see. Oh, I did want to say one other thing. So last week's video, at the end of the video, I had an estate sale clip. I'm thinking that I might take that estate sale clip and do it as an independent video, upload that on its own without the ship with me portion. So for those of you who already watched that, I apologize for the repeat. If you could still click on it and watch it for a couple minutes, that would help me out. The reason that I'm going to do that is because I want to try and see if I can capture some other viewers who would click on an estate sale thrifting video when they may not click on a ship with me video, and kind of see how that works. I don't plan on doing repeated content all the time, but because that's already ready, I thought I might just upload it and see how that goes, because I have seen that in my Thrift with me videos, I will get new viewers that are not clicking on my ship with me videos. So I think YouTube is suggesting those videos to a different audience, or a more broader audience. And that's one way that I can help grow my channel and get more subscribers, get more viewers. Really, subscribers don't actually matter for how much you earn on YouTube. It's all about how many clicks your videos get and what your view duration is. So how long people watch your videos versus how long they are. And then also what your video content is, which is really interesting. So someone who does like video games on their channel would make far less than someone who talks about real estate investing or stock market investing, entrepreneurs, anything financial. You make a lot more, you earn a lot more per view click than other genres of videos. I just found that really interesting, and I'm still learning as I go. One other thing I'm going to try, and it probably, the people who are still watching now are probably the people who will get these responses. So it seems like when I am active in responding to comments on a video, it can boost the clicks on that video. So I've kind of been waiting and responding to a few comments each day instead of responding to all the comments in the first day. So the reason I'm saying this is I might go back to some older videos and re-respond to some comments on those videos to see if it somehow boosts that video again. And maybe YouTube may be suggesting that video to people again. I don't fully understand how algorithms work, but I know on Poshmark, if someone likes or comments or makes an offer on your listing, it can boost that listing and the algorithm may show it to more people. Or if you're more active on the Poshmark app in general, that can boost your placement in the results or suggested listings to your buyers. So I'm gonna try and kind of cross over and see if that can help with YouTube with boosting my my videos in the algorithm. If you know anything about that, please tell me, because my views have been down a little bit, but I haven't been for a few months I was posting 2 videos a week. And again, if you are more active, you get more views on your videos. And then I just haven't had the energy to do 2 per week. So I'm going to be trying some out. The reason I'm telling you is in case you get a second response to an old comment, that's why I'm kind of testing things out. And I'll probably just put emojis or hearts or something like that. Okay, anyways, thank you. See you all next week.